Good afternoon. Trade date's Monday, March 21st. And this is going to be Simpler Futures market update for leading into tomorrow will be Tuesday. All right, here's what I'm looking at. Here's what I'm thinking. So you got a chart here of the S&Ps. I've got it set to 2 hours, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. Hour, 2 hours, whatever chart. Mainly for the purpose of weeding out some of the noise in here and displaying the fact that since late last week we've rallied off the lows in the S&Ps like 41.5 up into the 44.5 up here, about 300 points, which in percent terms is about a 7% recovery in just the very short order of a couple of days. Pretty impressive. And so the idea for tonight is to give you an idea of a plan for the next couple of days going into this week, all right, with support and target, etc. So this could be, obviously, one of a couple of things. Could be a bear market rally that does what bear market rallies do, and that would be to uptick pretty hard, rip the faces off the shorts, and just roll over and continue, short. That's possible. It's not what I'm looking at, but that's possible. Or it could be that this is obviously quite the nice bounce off the lows, like I said, about 7%, just a couple of days. And that's an awful lot in a short period of time. So my plan for this is actually to look for, on the heels of such a move, a couple of days, like today and tomorrow, of some sideways kind of rest, but sideways to lower in the form of rest against this rather impressive uptick, to find support on the retracement and then continue to exceed the limits of what was done, late last week. So for that, I'm looking at the fact that there was a pretty fair amount of consolidation here in the 43.5 area. This is 41.5 by 44.5. Okay, so 43.5 is a couple of things. One, it's monthly pivot. Two, it's weekly pivot at 43.50. And then three, I've dropped a fib tool on here so that you can see that it also essentially aligns with a 382 retrace right in here as well. Retracement of this 300 point uptick, this move higher. So what I prefer, what I'm looking for, would be that this thing takes a couple of days of just some sideways chop and rest, which would allow for a retracement. Maybe not even quite this far, but certainly I could allow for it to about this 43.5. And I'd look for that to be no later than Wednesday. Could be tomorrow or Wednesday that we'd see that. And then from there, a continuation of the uptick where I would like to try and target 45.30 would be the main kind of target idea that I would have up here for this next leg, 45.30. And the reason for that is I would have to go to a daily chart and show that I'm basically coming up with that as being, there we go. That would bring it back to a 618 retrace of the entire move, the entire break, from all-time highs 48 and change down to the low of the break, that 45.30 target. So I would like to see, we'll see, but I would like to see that a retracement over the course of the next possibly 2 days, that's Tuesday and Wednesday, hold support at about 43.5 and then make target of 45.30. That's my preferred course. I guess certainly what is also possible is that it could just bid just a little bit further and fail and start to really drastically break and trade lower. It's not what I'm looking for, but it's certainly possible. I got a feeling that for that, the extent of the uptick would be about 44.90. I think it's 6. There was a couple of weeks back here where there was 44.86 and 44.96 balance, so I would put it at about uptick to cap it in a bearish case, like 44.96 right in there, and then it just get trapped and roll on some news, like we got some news that I don't know about, right? I mean, that could just happen. You got to watch the calendar this week because, Fed Chair Powell spoke today. He's speaking again tomorrow. There's plenty on the calendar this week to make a difference. So, really anything could happen, as always. But, you got to pick a direction that you prefer, and I'm explaining what mine is and reason why. So I feel like I owe, long or short and why. And again, remember that this week, Simpler is live streaming the trade rooms on the YouTube and Facebook channels. Today and tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, will be the options room. Wednesday's the day trading room, and then Thursday and Friday will be the futures room. That's going to be kind of live cast over those social channels, the Facebook and YouTube. And there is a raffle. Everybody that attends is entered into a raffle, and that raffle will yield a winner of $1,000 to use in the Simpler store for courses or indicators or whatever you choose. So that's it. I hope this helps, and guys, have good trading this week. I'll be back on Wednesday night for the midweek update. And until then, I wish you good trading. I'll look forward to seeing you again then. Take care.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me